Hi, let's continue your tutorial. We will create decals and spawn them when splashes hit the surface. If you haven't watched the first part, the link is in the description. First, we need to create your material, hem_splash_decal. Okay, let's adjust a few properties. We will choose different decals and translucent, so we can project it onto surfaces. To save time, I will copy and paste the previous material and simply adjust it. We will define the color using a vector, since the decal color node will be used for something else. Let me copy the splash color and apply it to this material. Now, I can connect the specular, roughness, opacity, and the normal. Let's now change the UVs. We will replace scale UV by center with a custom rotator. Since the decal renderer is incompatible with dynamic parameters, I will use the decal color node to send information from the emitter to the material. We will use the alpha channel for opacity, the blue channel for texture scale, the green channel to offset the texture, and the red channel to control rotations. Done! Your material is ready! Let's go back to the Niagara system and add a new minimal emitter. Click on plus stage and choose event handler. Now, let's add the receive collision event module. We'll need to add collision to the first emitter. To send collision data, we must check requires persistent IDs. Then we can add the collision module. I will reduce the particle radius scale, and I will set the trace channel towards static. Now we can add the generate collision event module. I will increase the delay, but that's not really necessary since we will destroy the particle as soon as it generates an event. To do that, I will add the kill particles module and use the particle size collided condition. Okay, now we can add the event source. Select collisions event, choose spawn particles, and spawn between 1 and 2 particles randomly. As you can see, sprites are created where splashes hit surfaces. However, they are slightly offset from the actual collision point. That's because we are currently using the particle's position. Let's fix that. Replace positions with collision world position. Much better. Now we can remove the sprite renderer and add a decal renderer. Great, we have decals now, but they don't look the way we want. Let's start by selecting the right material. Nothing is visible right now because we need to initialize the decal color parameters. Let's add the color modules and select make linear color so we can adjust each channel individually. We want a random rotation between 0 and 1, a random texture offset, and for the texture scale, I will choose a random float between 0.65 and 0.9. Don't forget to make sure the alpha channel is set to 1. Now, let's tweak the scale alpha. We will use a curve to erode the texture over time. Okay, the decals are there, but we need a few adjustments. The texture looks too soft, so I will tweak it in the material editor. I will also slightly modify the color module to add some random initial erosion. To do that, I will use a random float between 0.05 and 0.15. That's already better, but I will also reduce the texture scale. Let's do 2 or 3 more tweaks to get a nicer result. Much better. Now let's adjust the decal size. Look for decal size under particle attributes and add it to the emitter. I will use a random value between 75 and 125. Much better. Now let's modify the lifetime to better see the erosion. Feel free to use your own values, just keep in mind that more particles equal higher performance cost. That's it! I hope you found this tutorial useful. This technique can be applied in many different situations. In the next video, we will implement this effect and add customizable parameters. See you soon!